and welcome to episode 14 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. My name is Mikaylee. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is my podcast where I talk all about my knitting, crocheting, and yarn dyeing. You can find me online at breakingyarn.com or anywhere on social media at Breaking Yarn. Today is Sunday, August 1st, 2021. I have a few whips to share with you. I have a half finished object or a project half done, PhD. Thanks, Mary. And I have a few acquisitions that I'm excited to share with you as well. I also have a finished object from the community to share with you by Laura, so stick around for that as well. So let's just jump right into it. My first half finished object or project half done, PhD, is my Rainbow Connection socks. This is the first sock of this set here. And let me just pull it like this so you can see the patterning is really cool. This is a pattern by Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady. It's a 2x2 ribbing. I did 64 stitches, which is her size medium. And I'm using a US size 2. And I'll tell you what the millimeter is on that. 2.75 millimeters on my Chowgu red lace mini twist set that I have. I did a different heel. The contrast color that I'm using is the heel color, and then I used the same for the toe and the cuff. So this is a, I guess the yarn I'm sharing with my friend Leah. She's Leah Loves to Knit. We each split a skein from our stash and sent it to each other. So I sent her 50 grams of this mint green color. It's an experiment from my shop actually. And then she split and sent me 50 grams of this purpley color with the blue speckles, which I think they look really nice together. And that one is by Emma's Yarn, and the colorway was July 20. So like July 2020. And I love how they worked up together. This is a really fun pattern to knit too. My first time doing a pattern sock. So I understand the joys and the complexities of that as well. And also remembering, like, where did I start my heel on the first one? And I think on the second one, I already am off by one row, but I'm not gonna worry about it. I think it's fine. But that's what it looks like. So that's my project half done, my PhD. And this is the progress I've made on my second sock, which is perfect because second sock week 2021 just started today with Natalie from Knitty Natty. And so this qualifies. If I can get this done before the 8th of August, then I will get to enter it in her impromptu make along for that. So I just started the heel flap last night. I think I've done 2 or 3. I've done 3. Yep, I've done 3. And I realized that I started my heel flap one row earlier on this one than I did on this one, but I don't think it'll be a big issue. I think it'll be fine. So, oh wells. I better take better notes, huh? For next time. But I have these in a bag by Fuzzy Whatnots. This is her dumpling bag that she tie-dyed, and it's perfect for walking. So lately what I've been doing is meeting up with my friend Lisa. We go for a walk. I carry my yarn in my bag like this and knit while we walk, and she's knitting on some socks too. So that's perfect. She doesn't have any of these in her shop right now, but if you pester her, maybe she will add some more. They were really fun, and she tie-dyed it, and it looks really cute. I love it. It's perfect for walking too, so lightweight and easy. I also stick my phone in there when I'm walking. just so I have it, but it's not like something I need to carry in my hand or anything like that. So that's my first project half done, or hoe, whatever you like to call it. I don't understand hoe fully because it's just half object, but not half finished object. But we call it a faux, so finished object, I don't know. But Mary told me a project half done, PhD, so I like that too. And I'm gonna use that. Thanks, Mary. Okay, so that's my first one. My second one hasn't seen a lot of love lately. This is actually in a bag that my friend Leah made for me, and I have my little breaking yarn enamel pen on there. And this is my ZebraYarn. So it's the black and red, the black and white stripes with the contrasting red. I had done a seed stitch for the cuff, and last episode I had talked about that and not being sure if it's going to be a good for a cuff. It is a little like not structured like a normal ribbing would be, but I think I've settled on the fact that if I make them tall enough, this will fit around my calf like no problem, and I don't think it'll fall down, but I'm curious to try it, so I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna knit it, and I figure worst case scenario, I can pick up my stitches here and re-knit a new cuff at the end if it really isn't gonna work. But I'm just gonna keep going on that. I love this self-striping yarn from Anna. She's ZebraYarns. She makes the really cool self-striping yarns, and I'll talk more about her in a minute when I talk about acquisitions. But slowly working on those. My goal though for second sock week, now that that's happening, is to get my Rainbow Connection socks done first, and then I will focus more of my attention on these other socks. So this other whip you've seen before, and I'm only showing it because I actually made a decent amount of progress this week, or this last 2 weeks here, is my Musselburgh Hat by Ysolda Teague. And I am using an experiment yarn that I dyed up again on a Slub Base. It's 90% superwash merino and 10% nylon, and it has these little like nubbies. When it's spun, it's like a little more of a messy look. And here's my progress. Last time I showed this, I only made like 2 inches in 2 weeks or something, and this time I made a lot more. So I figured it was worth it to show so I can move my progress keeper up and see how much progress I make again, because I like doing that. So I just moved it up, and we'll see. I don't know if I think I talked about it last time, but there's like tons of nubbies on the inside, which is really interesting, and I don't mind it. I think the way that this hat works is that you tuck one end into the other end, so all the nubbies will be on the inside and they will never actually touch my head or anything. So, except for the ones that have made it to the outside, which is not nearly as much as as on the inside. So, we'll see. It's pretty interesting though. I'm really curious to see how this finishes up, but I'm in absolutely no hurry to finish this project. I'm just working on it here and there, literally five stitches to 5 rows at a time, however much time I have available for that. And that's in my bag by Carrie of Stolen Minutes. Okay, so I showed this last episode. I hadn't started it last episode, so I'm excited to share with you my progress. This is in a bag by Fate's Thread, and I am knitting a baby sweater. Okay, here's the progress. Last episode I hadn't even started it. There we go, that's the front. Last episode I hadn't even started it, and so now I am through the body. I finished the body and everything. So let me tell you about the pattern and what I did here. So this is a pattern by Twisted Knitwear. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's called Good Old Raglan. And I am using scraps for this. I'm like really hoping that I have enough for the sleeves without having to tap into more of my gray matter, but we'll see. Luckily, it's a yarn that I have access to, so if I do run out, I can totally just grab some more and it won't be a big issue. But the main color that I did is gray matter in Swish DK. This is from my shop. And then I'm doing stripes. So this first stripe is Hazmat suit, then Crystal Meth, Walter White, and Jane Margolis. I thought these would look really cute, and it's a boy, so it's a little bit more on the masculine side. And so what I decided to do for the striping, in the original pattern, she has this size of stripe all throughout. So it's just like this size stripe and then a larger of your main color and then this size stripe again. But what I decided to do was I did 3 rounds of my yellow hazmat suit. I did 6 rounds of the gray, and then I did 5 rounds of crystal meth, 6 rounds of the gray, 7 rounds of the Walter White, 6 rounds of the gray, and 9 rows of the Jane Margolis. And then I think I did 3 rounds, and then I started the ribbing so that I could meet the size requirements of this sweater. So I have the sleeves on waist yarn right here. It's hazmat suit. And so all I have left to do is to pick up those sleeves and finish the sweater. I already woven my ends as well, so I feel like pretty happy about that. Yeah, so it's good progress, and especially since last time I didn't have any of it done. I haven't touched this in a week though, so I feel like I need to just buckle down and do it. Maybe after I get my sock done, I can finish the sleeves on this and then have that done. But I just think it's so cute, and I can't wait to like have it done and be able to give it to the expectant parents. I am using my ChowGoo red lace interchangeable set, and I used a size 4 3.5 millimeter on my red lace. So I will probably just do magic loop on the sleeves. I don't really like magic loop, but I can do it for a short amount of time and it'll be fine. Okay, so that's that. I have one more work in progress to share, and I was hoping, I'm hoping I can get this done too, but I'm getting really close. So this is my Beak Street Tee by Bridget Papillo. It's in my book from Knit Picks called Vertex Color Block Projects. And I'll have that link down below in case you want to check that out. And I also have all of the projects that I'm talking about today will also be down in the description box. So just click the little see more arrow and you'll be able to find all the links to these project pages as well. But this is my progress. So it's knit flat in Tarja, and I am through, see, it kind of rolls so it's hard to show, but I did these capped sleeves, so it's like a little deeper than the body part of it, and this is the back panel. And then now I just need to do the shoulder shaping, and then I'll be done with the back panel. So I've been trying to, I'm like, how am I supposed to try this on? I really want to, like, maybe if I can do it on here. I still have, like, I think it'll be a good length actually too. Whoops. I think it'll be a good length. getting out of that is hard. This is why people knit in the round, I think, because it's hard to try this stuff on. Well, you can't really try it on, but I'm still loving how it's turning out. And the red is my bleeding out colorway in quarter round fingering. And then the black and white stripes, it's Lily of the Valley and Jane Margolis. And I'm just striping those in, and I use the intarsia method on that. It's just how you move the yarn to switch colors, and you knit with all of them at once, so it can get kind of messy, but it's better now that I don't have the red is not connected anymore since I'm done with the red on the back panel. So that's how much I have left. I think it's it's over 50 grams. So I'm like, that it'll be enough. And I still have a decent amount of the Jane and a decent amount of the Lily of the Valley. So hopefully I can get, this is how much, oh, this is where my progress keeper was. So a few inches, but nothing major. Hopefully I can get this portion of it bound off. The sweater, I worked on that a lot last weekend. Basically all of my knitting time last weekend I worked on that sweater. So this kind of got pushed to the side, but I am hoping to get that done before the end of August. And this is in my bag that I have in my shop right now. I am the one who knits, and then it's breaking yarn, and these project bags were made by Jenny of Mountain State Stitches. So if you are familiar with her, you know the quality of the bag is really good. I still have a few of the large ones left in my shop. All the small ones sold out, but I do have a few of the large ones left. And it's a really good size for a t-shirt or a sweater or any other scrappy Sunday projects that you have or anything like that. It's a really good size for that. So that's that. I have a finished object to share from the community, so let's go ahead and do that before I get too far into things. This is Laura. She is Lost Boys Crochet on Instagram, and she did Tunisian crochet in my yarn. This is called the Button Up Summer Top, and it's by Roska. She's handmade by Roska on Instagram. And she used Swish DK in Lily of the Valley and Marie Schrader. I just love this so much. I love Laura. She's actually in Albuquerque as well, which is awesome. And she just looks so beautiful in the top with her hair matching it. I just loved it. I just couldn't believe it when she sent me the photos of her finished object. I just could not handle it, but I thought it was so cute. Tunisian, I haven't seen my yarn in Tunisian yet, so that was a first, and I really loved how that looked. And the Lily of the Valley and the Marie Schrader together was really cool as well. So thank you so much for Laura for sharing that with the community, and I'm so excited for that. Okay, so I have a few acquisitions, but I also wanted to talk about one thing. I have been thinking about this colorway for a long time, and I've dyed up several, like, I guess they were probably in the experiment section. I've tried it several times, and until I am 100% comfortable dyeing this colorway multiple times, getting the exact same result every time, I won't release a colorway. And until I feel completely confident in the colorway itself as well. And I think I finally have it, so I'm really excited. This is going to be Heisenberg. And you'll see, so I don't know if you can see this, it has this Walter White green, and then it goes into black. So how this is, okay, and if you don't know Heisenberg, it's from Breaking Bad, obviously, and Walter White is the main character. And throughout the series, he becomes more and more dark, okay? He breaks bad. That's the whole series. But at the end of the show, I think, and from polls that I've done, I think there was still some Walt left. And how much Walt left was an issue. So when I first dyed this up, I thought, well, let's do this much. And then I was like, I think it's not enough Walt. So in my opinion, I think there is about 20% of Walt left at the end of the series. And I won't give away any spoilers or anything, but that's why there is about 20% of this Hank dyed green, because that's how much Walt was left. And the rest of it is Heisenberg, which is the black. So it's similar to Jane Margolis with the black, but there is a little bit of Walter White left. And Walter White is this from my shop. This is like season 1 Walter White before he breaks bad and becomes Heisenberg. So I don't have, excuse me, of the hiccups. I don't have a release date just yet for this. I still need to dye up more in all the other bases just to make sure that it's actually fully good and the way that I want it, get photos, put it up on the website, like everything. It's a lot of work, but I'm so excited for this colorway to come out, and I can't wait to see it knit up. So you may see in the experiment section some of my tries. I think I already sold off one of them from before, but I have another one that I've been holding on to, but I think this is it. So I'm super thrilled with that, and it's really fun to dye up as well. That was also one of the other things. A lot of times in my experiment section, I am experimenting with various dyeing techniques. So I actually have a wide variety of dyeing techniques in my shop available. But anyways, that was one of the things I was testing out. Do I dye the black by itself and then hand paint the green? Or do I dye the whole thing green and then cover it in black? So all those types of experiments are really fun, and I can't wait to release this one. So be on the lookout for that. I will definitely let you guys know when it's out. Okay, so I have a few acquisitions. I went a little crazy. I don't know what to say about it. So the first thing I got was this laptop case. It's in a knit pattern. And this is by Krista of Knitsy Knits. I've talked about her before. I've test knit for her before. The Mesa Verde cowl is what I test knit for her. But I just loved this knit pattern, and I didn't have a case for my laptop, so it's actually really nice to have one. It has this nice, like, she called it velour, velour or something. It's really like soft. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really soft and cushiony. It's quite thick, so I feel like it will protect my laptop pretty well. This is a 13-inch laptop case that I got, and it's black on the back, but I just couldn't pass up this knit pattern. It's like perfect. It's hard to find really cool, like, everyday products in a pattern like that. So I'm super excited. I'll link her down below in case you want to check that out. She has, I think, 2 sizes, 15-inch and 13-inch. And this is the 13-inch for my laptop. So the next few things I got are some new project bags. I got this one. It's a Tinkerbell pattern, and it's by Stitched Below. She's Nicole, and Stitched Below on Instagram, and I think her shop on Etsy is also called Stitched Below. But this one has, I don't know if you can see that, like a kind of a hexagon pattern with a little pocket on the inside. And I really liked this one because it has a strap. So I figured I can knit and walk with it. So I loved that. I love Tinkerbell too. I relate to Tinkerbell a lot because she's a tinker and she likes to make things out of lost things. And I really relate to that as a crafter, right? I think any crafter could relate to Tinkerbell. And she, it took her a while to accept the fact that she was a tinker. And she wanted to be like the other fairies who like pollinate the trees and the flowers and like, you know, work with the bees and all that, or like be in charge of the weather and like, you know, more seemingly important things. But being a tinker was her talent, and I feel like that's me. So if you ever need a pick-me-up, you should watch the Tinkerbell origin movie. I think it's probably on Disney or Disney Plus. I have no idea. I haven't watched it in a while. It was on Netflix, I think, when I saw it. But it's a really cute movie. And it can literally like just uplift your mood. It's just a really cute movie. And if you're a maker, maybe you relate to Tinkerbell too. Especially if it took you a little bit of time to accept who you are and accept that you are a maker too, and that's awesome to be really good at that. So anyways, that was kind of a tangent for that. But yeah, stitched below, she's really cute project bags. I have another one by her that I got. It has these colorful leaves and then this dark heathered gray as the bottom. And it also has a pocket. And this one is a drawstring. And it also has a strap. So I have a feeling that I'll be buying more from her in the future. So check out her shop. I'll link her down below as well. She also sent me a mask that she sewed up. So perfect timing. Masks are still required a lot where we're at, and it seems like things are kind of going back to requiring masks even if you're vaccinated. So it was perfect timing for her to send me a new mask, and this is probably the cutest mask I've ever had. I've been wearing the rejects from my husband, so it's really cute. Thank you for that, Nicole. I have two more acquisitions to share with you. One is this watermelon with pink from ZebraYarns. It's self-striping, black and pink, and then the pink as a contrast. This is from Anna from ZebraYarns again. You can see her shop on Etsy, and I'll also link it down below. And then she surprised me and sent me this one as well. Pink and white stripes with a black or dark gray mini, and this is called Pink Flamingo by ZebraYarns. So thank you, Anna. I'm so excited. I better hurry up on those other ones so I can get started on these. And I also just loved, like, this is just an extra little detail, a heart hole punch. Like that, the extra little things like that make it so awesome. So thank you so much, Anna. The last bit of things that I have to share with you today is that the Breaking Yarn birthday cal is still happening. You can enter any of your finished objects on Ravelry in the finished objects thread. I'll link that down below as well. Or you can use the hashtag on Instagram, Breaking Yarn birthday cal, K-A-L, or Breaking Yarn birthday cal, C-A-L, if you're crocheting or if you're knitting, depending on what you're doing. I will be choosing winners from both Instagram and Ravelry, so if you don't use Ravelry, no worries, you can still enter on Instagram. I have been enjoying seeing the projects that have been popping up on there. There is already a finished object in the finished object thread, at least one. I haven't checked in the last few days, so I'll check that again. But that's still going on. Thank you for participating. All you do to participate is knit or crochet or make something Tunisian, whatever you want to do, using breaking yarn or my patterns or both. And then you can enter your finished objects into the thread or use Instagram. All finished objects just need to be entered by August 31st, so at the end of this month. So we still have a little bit of time. My personal goal is to get the sweater done and get that second sock done. That actually counts because it has breaking yarn in it. And I hope to finish my Beak Street Tee as well. We'll see. The last thing I wanted to talk about is I have been gathering a few prizes for when I reach 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. That's when I'm going to do my next giveaway. I think I was around 660 some when I checked yesterday, so I'm getting close, but I wanted to share with you a few of the items that I am saving for that. I saved 2 skeins of this non-superwash worsted weight. This one is Breaking Violet and this is Crystal Meth. If you'll remember, I did a giveaway a while ago and I let the winners choose 3 skeins. So I saved these 2 skeins because I feel like they go together quite nicely. I also have another bag by Nicole of Stitched Below. Let me just pull it out, sorry. This is a really cute knit pattern and it's a zipper with a purple zipper and then it's lined with a white fabric on the inside. And so I thought this would be fun to give away as well. So that with the yarn. She also sent me a separate second mask that has this really cute floral print on it. So I figured I would include that as well, and probably a few more things that I just haven't quite figured out yet. So that will be for when I get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I will do that giveaway. I think that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 14 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. If you like what you see here, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell for notifications so you get notified every time that I put a new episode or tutorial out. I appreciate you being here with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see ya.